Hello, thank you for tuning in to the 5th episode in our Masterclass series. My name is Alice and I am the Digital Media and Communications Manager at Future Foundations and Global Social Leaders. I am so excited to be here with you today and to share my top tips for increasing your project's impact and sharing the love. I'll be covering why it's so important to know your audience and get clear on your objectives, provide you with some different ways that you can raise awareness and share your story, demonstrate how to effectively brand your project, and finally, deep dive into the world of social media. Now let's get going. Your target audience are the people who are most likely to be interested in your project's cause, content, products, or even services. Knowing your audience will help you to determine how to effectively communicate your project. You should consider your audience when choosing your tone, content, and the language that you use, or else your message may seem unfocused or even inappropriate. To help with this, I would suggest starting off with some general market research and looking at your competitors' audiences. Get clear on the objectives and the aim of your project for the best chance of success. Maybe your objective is to raise awareness about the issue you are addressing, to fundraise a certain amount of money, to host an event with a certain number of people in attendance, or maybe all three of those things. Regardless of what your objectives are, you need to get crystal clear on what you want to achieve before you begin sharing and promoting online so that your content is meaningful. How to raise awareness and share your story. I have listed here some different face-to-face examples, and on the next slide I've included some online examples. So if you want to raise awareness face-to-face with people in a room or in a space, you could deliver an assembly, host a fundraising event, host an educational event, create posters or informational pamphlets to hang around or hand out in school or in your local community. You could take on an ultra challenge, or you could even start a petition. If you wanted to raise awareness digitally, online, you could set up social media channels, a website, start publishing a weekly or a monthly blog. You could post a GSL blog to be featured on the GSL website. You could host an online informational or educational event, or even create informational or educational videos. Now, I am certainly not saying that you have to do all of these things. Choose a few that will help you to reach your objectives and remembering to keep your audience in mind. Branding and content. So the key to making your cause easy to recognize is keeping imagery and wording consistent. Always use the same image or logo for profile pictures, for example, and make sure that your call to action doesn't vary too much. Choose a logo or color scheme that pops and makes you stand out from the crowd. And check out Canva. Canva is an amazing tool for branding and creating digital content. They have loads of free templates that you could use for social media, imagery for your website, posters, and leaflets. Now it's time to get stuck into the world of social media. First things first, remember to stay safe online. Never disclose your full identity, including your full name and address, and inform your supporting teacher that you will be setting up the accounts. Tip number 2, choose your channels. You certainly don't need to be on all of them. Again, coming back to your audience, where are they most active? Where will you find them? And what works best for them in terms of digesting your content? Tip number 3, engage with others. Reach out to people and related online communities to boost your engagement and awareness. For example, you could private message related accounts and ask if they would be willing to share your content. The worst thing they can do is say no, so I would say it's definitely worth a shot. Tip number 4, post valuable content. Post content that your followers would find interesting and beneficial. For example, post about educational facts, about the cause that your project is addressing, or post regular progress updates from the project. Tip 5, be consistent. You might have heard of the phrase consistency is key. For people to recognize and build a connection with your project and brand, you must be consistent. Hootsuite is an example of a free scheduling tool, which will help you to manage and schedule your posts in advance to keep the consistency there. Tip 6, be hashtag specific. So use popular hashtags as these will help to enable your target audience to find your content, but also use a unique hashtag that will help build your brand. So decide on a hashtag for your project, but also use other popular relevant hashtags to boost your following and engagement. But always remember to use GSL goals, because that way we can find you and we can then feature you on our page. Tip number 7, analytics. Social media analytics are an amazing way to measure how your individual posts and social channels are performing. Using analytics will help with measuring impact for your final report. To access your channel's analytics, you will need to make sure that your profile is set up as a business account. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's quite easy to do this if you are a personal private account at the moment and you want to check out your analytics. I think you can change to a business pretty easily in the settings. Now, finally, I'd like to encourage you to write a blog post for the GSL website to share your project journey and inspire other teams from around the world. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this masterclass useful. If you don't already, please go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Global Social Leaders, and see you next time. Bye.